Hi guys, Jessica from Jessica Wanders, and it is a new year, but I'm still enjoying my Christmas tree because I love it so much. I hope you guys all had a wonderful Christmas and enjoyed family and everything, and if you had a rough Christmas, then I hope we're all happy that we've made it through to the other side of everything. I had a bumpy Christmas. My clothes dryer broke and the rolly-uppy window thing in my van snapped from the cold weather. There were some health issues and COVID restrictions and canceled plans. It was crazy. It's a crazy Christmas. Anyways, we're through to the other side now. I'm going to enjoy my tree still, but moving on in everything. Because we are having these like crazy cold snaps and I don't really want to go shopping and I don't want to go out, I've decided to do at least probably a month of pantry challenge, where like a low spend, no spend January pantry challenge where I'm just going to eat what I have in my house. So I rummaged around, I brought some stuff up. It was kind of haphazard over the holidays as I was trying to figure out how I was going to do it. But it doesn't have to be perfect. We're just going to get into it, and I'm just not going to spend any money for January and hopefully not really go to the stores at all. It's been so cold here. So I'd rather stay inside and be warm is my plan. So this is just like an introductory video. I'm going to go through the freezers that I have. I'm going to use whatever meat that I have and then try to use up some expired pantry type items that need to get turned over. I'm going to use whatever garden produce I have, whatever food I have in the house, and we're gonna just eat like regular for both myself and my husband for the month, probably the entire month of January. Yeah, so it's like a no spend January pantry freezer challenge-ish thing. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. And then we're gonna get back to $21 a week grocery challenges in February. Yeah. So this is just intro, and then I'll have a first video after the first week. That's what I got.
Hey guys, I'm just going to give you a brief overview of my pantry. This is my small, humble, messy pantry. You can pause it if you want more details. But what I'm going to do, and this is my jelly cupboard. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and I'm going to look for things that need to get used up, like this crabapple jelly. Wow, I even have strawberry jam from 2019. So lots of jam. I didn't actually make a lot of jam this year because our fruit trees really suffered. Most of my tomato stuff I've got lots from this year, but I've got some from 2020 as well that need to get used up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up the stuff that I really want to use up upstairs into the upstairs cabinet, and then that'll be the stuff that I want to use for this freezer pantry challenge. And of course, all of my like vegetables and stuff that need to get used as well. So I'm going to go through also the expiration dates on like my milks and stuff and anything that really needs to get used up. Just sort of cycle through. Obviously, I'm not trying to get rid of my pantry. I'm just trying to use up the things that are at expiry or past expiry. So there you go. That's my pantry. I have so many spices. This is just an entire bag of spices that I bought that were on sale that I just haven't put away yet. And I have to use all these squashes as well. This is one freezer that I have. I have some meat that should probably get cycled through. I do have a turkey. I have a lot of like pita breads that should probably get used, and then a lot of peppers that from the garden. And these strawberries are pretty old. They need to go. They need to go as well, these strawberries. And then I'm gonna find something to do with these ground cherries. These are a lot of peppers. A lot of different peppers. And then I had bought these longanisa during the challenge. I bought them for the house too, so that's fun. We'll eat those. It's a nice roast. I've got a lot of bacon, a fair amount of bacon, some some hot dogs and some sausage. This is another freezer. I've got a lot of shredded carrots. I've got some shredded onion, I think. I don't know. Oh, those are the turkey gizzards that came out of the turkey from the challenge. Back there, I've got a lot of like large burritos and small burritos and egg roll wrappers that I need to use. Others. Oh, these are some roti that I made. Those are really good, actually. Up here, we've got vegetables that need to get used up. Turkey carcasses. That's all stock back there. Some bread. Chives chopped up from the garden. I have some leftover bits from the challenge. These cherries need to go. Garden. These are pucks of spinach that I do when there's spinach in the garden, so I can use those up. Blueberries. There's a blueberry package there. I've got these halloumi burgers that I bought one time, and this is all cheese that I got. I find that when I freeze cheese, it gets a little more crumbly, but it's not unusable. So it's great to buy it when it's on sale. Throw it in the freezer. This is some bear sausage that we got from a friend, which is super yummy. This is just my regular fridge. This is what I have in the fridge. I'm going to combine that milk with my regular milk. That's milk from the challenge. So this is my regular pantry. I'll be using it in this no spend challenge, but what I'm really trying to get rid of is beans from 2 years ago and this year's beans as well. So maybe try some 6 bean, or what's the other one? 16 bean or 12 bean soup or something. Might try that. Popcorn, it's always a good snack. This is my deep freeze, just a small deep freeze. I don't even really have a clear idea of what's in here. Seems like there's some bread. Obviously I have all my vegetables that I diced up from the garden in here. And then I have some cheap veggies that I bought at the grocery store. I have looks like some pierogies. More vegetables, but under here is all vegetables in Ziplocs from my garden. More fruits and stuff down there. I've got some pierogies. Some meat down there. There's the ribs down there. I've got some pork loin in bags here. Cranberries, whole fresh cranberries. I've got lots of chicken, butter, ground pork, more kinds of chicken, some habaneros. I've got some sausage meat, more ground pork and ground beef. Ground pork, I think, mostly in here. More sausage meats, like inside round roast. I've got one package of buns and lots of butter. I picked up, during my challenge, I used this imitation crab flavored wild pollock. It's not that great, but I picked up a bunch of packets of it that I really want to use up. And I also have a few steaks, small steaks in here too. I think I could use them maybe for stir fry or something. Loads and loads of butter. I have lots of butter, lots and lots of butter. So I went through the pantry and brought all the stuff up that looked like it really needed to be used up, whether it was close to or at the expiry date, or like these are all these containers here are containers of dry beans from last year that I need to use up, including all these ones here, some chickpeas. These are all at or near expiry. These are all 2018 or 19. I don't think there's any 2020 jams. I use those longer than other things. Some Jell-O that's at expiry, some salad dressings that are at expiry. I've got these English peas from 2020, some soups from 2020. I've got a lot of these like beef broth. I think there's some chicken broth and beef broth in here. I've got some molasses that needs to be used up. I use it to make brown sugar. I've got these gingerbread cookies. Some instant mashed potatoes, more broth, a few kinds of salad dressing. Looks like I've got Thousand Island Caesar and ranch there to use. Lots of jams. And then this peri-peri sauce I bought, and we've never used it. I don't even know what to use it for. So I'll Google it. I think I bought it. I mean, I bought it for my husband, but he never used it. And then this Dijon honey mustard is quite old. I've got some more canning. I've got these summer squash pickles that are really good. I've got a whole lot of this. I make this rhubarb barbecue sauce. It's really good. I just haven't used it up. So we're gonna use that. I make it every year. I didn't make more this year because I knew I had lots. So that's good. I'll use that up. I'm trying to get back here to this. I've got this Singapore chili sauce. This is so yummy, and I think it'd be really good on chicken. I've got this red hot sauce. I think the red hot sauce kind of tastes like a shrimp cocktail sauce when I've tried it before. I've also got this harissa sauce that I made that I really want to try out. And back there, I've got this Thai, oh man, let me get it. I've got this Thai hot and sweet dip. I just don't use a lot of it because you don't need much of it to dip. So I'm gonna try to come up with things that'll use up more of it. So went through, I have a lot of these like sidekicks. And if they were at their expiry, I grabbed them. I've also got some packets. This is a really old Oriental seasoning packet. I've got a couple of roast gravy packets that are really old. Now I make my own gravy, so I don't really buy gravy packets anymore, so they've just been sitting there. So I've got, but I do have lots of these flavored sidekick things. And then I did grab the alfalfa sprouts from downstairs. I haven't been using them as much as I should be. I have a little jar that I sprout them in, and since I'm not spending any money, I won't have any kind of greens, so that will help out. Maybe you can sprout some other kind of beans. I canned pumpkin, and I didn't really like the look of it very much. I'm gonna try it maybe in some soups or something like that because I've got a lot of it to use up. I've got a couple of quarts of carrots as well, and 1 quart of like a cream canned corn. All of this evaporated milk has to go, which is great because I just won't buy any milk and we'll just use that. For some reason, my British beans were okay, but these molasses and pork beans expired, even though I bought them at exactly the same time. So we have a lot of beans to use up. This 1 box of couscous was expired, and then 1 thing of Aunt Jemima pancake mix. Down here, I've got juices. I have this pink lemonade, 100% juice blend. I have another couple downstairs, but I don't know if they're quite expired yet. I've got all of this apple juice that is clearly expired. I made this French onion soup. It's really yummy. I just haven't eaten it. And then this Worcestershire needs to get used up too, and these pickles. So, and this rice has to go. This bag isn't right. I like this bag better than the new bags that this rice comes in, so I keep putting the new rice into this old bag that closes really well. But and then I have to start working through my bags of whole wheat flour because I just kind of got out of the habit of making bread, and now I have a lot of bags of whole wheat flour that I need to use because whole wheat flour doesn't keep as long as unbleached white flour does. So we'll be making some bread. So that's everything that I lugged up from the pantry downstairs.
I wanted to come up with like a goal of the challenge, and I think that the main goal is to use up the pantry items that need to get turned over. So when I use up the ones that are really, really old, and then I can use up sort of newer ones, but I can buy and replenish the pantry because I just, you know that things have to get turned over and not everything lasts for a really long time. So I'm going to feel free to use any of my dried goods, any spices, any meats that I want to use. So I'm just going to pick the meats. I have a good selection of meat in the freezer. I'm just going to pick the meats that fit with what I want to make. And with each meal, I want to try to use up 1 thing from the pantry, at least 1 thing from the pantry, and then I'm not going to spend any money. So it's a no spend pantry freezer challenge.
I think I'll know that I'm done when I have used up sort of as much of this pantry as I can. And my freezers are a little tidier, and I've used up the really sort of old stuff. So that's going to be, this pantry will be a good measure of how far along in the challenge I am.
I am pretty excited about this pantry challenge, to be able to cook meals, sort of bigger meals. It is going to be for myself and my husband, so it's a 2-person pantry challenge. I'm not going to have any kind of cheating going on because I have no other challenge going on, and it's for both of us. So it'll be for me and for my husband and for everything that he takes to work, for meals as well if he's working. So it'll be everything, and I won't be eating anything else. And if I want treats, I gotta make Jell-O. I don't know if you guys can see how dark it is outside, but it's only 4:30. It's only 4:30. I'm very sleepy. I don't actually want to go to the store. The roads are bad, and it's cold, and it's dark, and so if I can avoid it, I don't want to have to go to the store for anything at all, really. So we'll see how that goes.
I also wanted to say that we get our eggs from a friend, so I currently have 5 dozen eggs in the house. Yeah, I have more of this grapefruit juice. I also have a lot of Kraft Dinner, so don't be alarmed if I have Kraft Dinner as well. We drink a lot of these Gatorades, so I have flats of these Gatorades. We have emergency water if you want to drink water as well. So yeah, I just wanted to point that out. We have a lot of cereals. Cereal's pretty popular, but at least I'll be using up that canned milk when I'm eating the cereal, so there's that. And I'll be using up my garlic that I grew in the garden.
I'm not sure what all to cover. This is the first sort of a freezer pantry challenge that I've done. So if you have any other questions about what I'm starting with or what the goals are, then please feel free to leave me comments in the description below, and I'll try and answer them to the best of my ability. Yeah. So that's what we're gonna start with. That's my ideas. We're gonna see how it goes, and hopefully it'll be fun and interesting. If you like the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I think I'll start a new kind of playlist. It'll be just maybe a no spend January or pantry challenge or whatever. I'll leave some links to other videos if you're interested. Yeah, like, subscribe, and I'll see you at the end of the first week.